Message for President Emmanuel Macron. You decided to begin 2025 by gaslighting the people of Africa.
Je crois qu'on a oublié de nous dire merci. L'ingratitude, je suis bien placé pour le savoir, mais je le dis pour tous les gouvernants africains qui n'ont pas eu le courage. Aucun d'entre eux ne serait aujourd'hui avec un pays souverain si l'armée française ne s'était pas déployée dans cette région.
First, what business does France truly have in Africa? You really believe that Africa cannot secure itself? I mean, we know you're not doing anything for Africa out of love. By the way, this is why you've become the poster child for neo-colonialism. The uranium from Niger powers France's nuclear energy, while Niger itself struggles with electricity. The gold from Mali, the oil from Chad, these are the treasures that keep France shining, while Africa bears the cost. You even planted your own systems in Africa. You say that you are helping us with security, but is it security for Africa or security for your interests? You have supported certain leaders who serve your interests, ignoring the cries of democracy or justice. But now the tide is changing. African nations have started telling you to pack your bags and leave. Your words about ingratitude, frankly, reveal the fear of losing control. France has been what it is today because of Africa. The resources you took during colonial times built your industries. And need I remind you of the CFA franc, the currency created by your country during colonial times that still ties 14 African countries to France. France has sat at Africa's table for too long. It is time for France to leave. Au revoir.
Bye bye.
All right. Welcome back to This Week in Africa. Let me clean my camera. So can you guys hear me? Let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know where you're watching from. So this is a little bit different because we are way late. We're about 30 minutes late for this live stream. We're not usually this late, but it's been a long day. It's been a bit crazy, but I'm glad that we were able to get this thing going. So this is not going to be a long one. I'm just going to give you guys a major update. So first things first, you guys got a chance to hear from Gloria Eyo. This is what she does. And why did I play that video from Gloria? Well, it's because we are going to be going live with Gloria weekly on Thursdays, starting this Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will now be doing the This Week in Africa live stream. We were doing it previously with African Stream. We are still going to do this month in Africa with African Stream, where we do deep dives into specific topics. But now we're going to be doing This Week in Africa with Gloria. She brings 20 years of experience. I guess maybe I should give you guys her background, right? So let me give you guys a little bit of her background so you know who she is and what she's all about, so you know even why I reached out to her. So she has 20 years of experience in African radio and TV. She knows the continent's pulse. She speaks very clearly about what's been going on the continent. She does not mince words. And I know that she has a background in understanding all the things happening on the continent. She's a Nigerian who now lives in the US. And so her and I had some conversations over the last couple of weeks, and we are ready to bring back This Week in Africa. I think you guys have been asking for it. It's been helpful for me to have it. So I'm looking forward to bringing it back. But basically what we'll do is we will cover the stories of the day. So for example, this coming Thursday. So that is Thursday, the 14th, the 15th, 16th, 17th. Thursday, April 17th. Let me just make sure that I'm right on that. Yeah, Thursday, April 17th. Here is what we are going to cover. So we're going to cover Zimbabwe's $3.5 billion plan to give money to white farmers in Zimbabwe. Kenyan police attacking students. Gabon's first presidential election since the overthrowing of Ali Bongo. And Trump's tariffs and how it could wreck African economies. And so we are going to talk about all of that and in detail, so you guys understand exactly what it is that is happening on a weekly basis on the continent, because you guys have asked for it and we're bringing it back. So I hope you guys find this useful and helpful. I know that we are super late today, so I thank all of you who just joined, because I know, you probably didn't get a notification and, it just kind of showed up last minute. But I just want you guys to know that This Week in Africa is back. I'm excited about it. and I'm excited to be bringing it back with Gloria. And from time to time, we will have other folks join the live stream, but it's going to be Thursdays, 5 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. GMT, and that would be 2 p.m. Pacific time in the United States. So again, those are the 3 topics or the 4 topics that we'll be discussing this week. Next week, we'll figure out what other topics we'll be discussing, but that's where our focus is going to be on Thursdays. And then next week, Tuesday, we're also coming back with this month in Africa with Inem Richardson and African Stream. So I'm excited to be bringing you guys this monthly live stream with African Stream, and then the weekly live stream with Gloria and all of her insights. So guys, I want to say thank you again for joining. This is a really short one. That's all I want. Actually, there's more to say. So not only will we be doing those live streams, but more videos are coming, right? So as I told you guys before, every week I'm going to be dropping 2 to 3 videos a week on all things having to do with real estate, with investing, and with moving to the continent of Africa. That's what all the content's going to be on. So you're going to see me doing tours of houses in Ghana, Sierra Leone. I've already done it in Nigeria, Gambia, Egypt, and a few other places, Tanzania. Well, I'm going to continue to do that in Sierra Leone and in Ghana. So if you guys haven't been watching, pay attention to the channel. I put out videos over the last 4 weeks. Excuse me. And there's another 3 or 4 videos yet to come. I got 9 videos as part of the series on apartments in Accra, Ghana. And then once those videos are up and done, then you guys are going to start watching videos on Sierra Leone and the house building process. You guys have been asking for it, and it is coming. So shout out to Chris Jones, who I went to high school with back in the day. What's good, man? Good to see you. Manelik is in the building as well, and he said he could hear me, so that's great. So that's what we're doing. Nikki says she loves Inem Richardson. Yeah, Inem's great. Always full of knowledge and insight, and very strong Pan-African roots. She really, really lives what she speaks. Running the Thomas Sankara Center and library in Burkina Faso. She moved to Burkina Faso before Ibrahim Traore even took over in that revolution. And so she's been serious about it. And she, is really helpful in dissecting the stories around the continent. So stay tuned for that next Tuesday. But before that, this coming Thursday, we will be doing the live stream with Gloria Eyo. And we're going to be talking about all the news of the day on the continent of Africa. So, we're going to pick about 4 stories that we can review each week. You guys can definitely send us stories that you guys think that we should be covering. You guys do it in the comments already on other stuff. So feel free to send them over. I'm more than happy to review and to include those in our stories. So we determine what we're going to be covering on Tuesdays or maybe Thursday. So the Thursday or Tuesday before the live stream is when we determine what we're going to cover. So I would say whatever stories you guys feel like we should cover, send them over our way and we'll look into them. I'm looking forward to this week's conversation for sure. And then I'm also looking forward to next week's live stream with with This Week in Africa and African Stream. Sorry, This Month in Africa and African Stream. All right, cool. Like I said, this is going to be short. I just wanted to give you guys that major update. I have to run. So not only did I join late, but I have to leave early. I have to go live every week, as you guys know, regardless of the circumstances. And so this week is no different. It's been a little bit of a hectic day. And man, let me tell you guys something. Right now, life here in the States has been great. Life back home in Sierra Leone is a little bit worrisome and troublesome with stuff going on back there. And I have a lot to cover on that stuff. I just can't do it in real time. So I have to kind of give you guys a retroactive look of all the things that were going on. I know I keep teasing this stuff out as it pertains to like court cases and police cases and things like that. There's a lot going on in Sierra Leone right now. And I look forward to sharing that information with you once everything is behind us and closed out. But it's pretty nuts. It's wild stuff. And so I look forward to sharing that with you guys, and you guys can follow along and and tell me what you might have done differently or how you would have handled certain scenarios and circumstances that I am being thrusted into and forced to deal with at this very point in time. All right, cool. So without further ado, whatever. Look, it's been one of those days. I got a million things that I have to do, so I got to run. But I want to say thanks again for joining. As always, you guys show up, especially Manelik. Shout out to Manelik. Shows up almost every single week. Was volunteering for some time to help me with the timestamps on these live streams. Been a huge help, so I'm appreciative of him. I got so many other announcements coming. Just be prepared. There's a lot of interesting stuff on the way. This platform is not all meant to be just on social media. We are going to help you guys build community outside of here. And we're really going to build something that I think you guys can be proud of and I can be proud of. So with that being said, I'm going to leave it there. I want to thank you guys for joining. I really appreciate you all. As I said, maybe 3 or 4 times already. Now is the time to end this live stream. So stay tuned. Thursday, this coming Thursday, in 3 days, This Week in Africa is going to be back. And as a reminder, the stories that we are going to cover are as follows. Zimbabwe's $3.5 billion expected payout to white farmers. Kenyan police attacking students. Gabon's post-coup elections. And then, of course, how Trump's tariffs are affecting African economies. So, guys, if you're interested in any of those topics, if there's anything about them that you don't know, make sure you tune in and make sure you pass it on to anybody you know who might be interested in this information. I am going to be setting up the live stream probably this evening, so you'll probably be able to see it in your feed. You can just hit notify me. It'll notify you when the live stream is started and it goes live. But we'll go live across all platforms. So whether on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram, wherever you're watching this from, we will be sure to be sharing the news across all of those platforms as we are today. All right, guys, that's it for now. I will see you all on the next video. See ya.